Walk with me for a few minutes. So California's shutting back down today. COVID lockdown about to get super strict again. Here in LA County, we've been more on the conservative side, but all of California go in that direction. At least that's what's ordered as of tonight, which is going to be a little interesting through the holiday season. Stores shutting down, restaurants totally shutting down, parks shutting back down. Obviously, taking precautions here as we go through all of these COVID spikes this time of year. So with that in mind, yesterday, Karis and I took the kids up to Ventura County, which is the county just north of LA that was a little more open than LA County, because there was Santa. Still seeing some kids in the local shopping center up there. So drove up last night and had a chance for Grayson and Sadie to at least say hi to Santa and tell them what's on their list and take a photo. Masks on, social distancing, of course. But nonetheless, was good to at least have the kids have some sort of Santa experience this holiday season. So it was good to see they had fun, and getting a family photo with Santa with a 2.5-year-old and a 5-year-old is always a victory. I'm sure many of you guys know what I mean. But it was interesting. So as we were walking around the shopping center or the mall last night, it was crazy to walk past all of the stores. And obviously the place was pretty empty considering the time of the year. And every little store had a line outside because only a certain number of people could be in the store, at the same time. And I'm walking around and going, man, what a difficult shopping experience, right? To have to get outside, have to go stand in line just to get into a store to see if they have anything that you want. And some of these lines were moving really slow. And then it hit me that, wow, after today, all those stores are going to be totally shut, at least for the next few weeks and kind of an unknown amount of time. And the business side of me always kicks in, and I'm sitting here going, this is the busiest time of the year for all of those stores, for all of those businesses. Matter of fact, do you guys know why Black Friday is called Black Friday after Thanksgiving? It's because most businesses, especially in retail, are actually in the red all year long, meaning they are losing money or unprofitable for the year until Black Friday, where they run the sales. And for many kind of traditional business models, Black Friday is the first time in the year they actually go from the red to the black. In other words, they turn a profit. So if you think about that from a simple point of view, give me 1 second.
No, I think it's
Morning.
you just don't have the prices are low.
I want to be respectful on the trails here. But from a business point of view, that means that the majority of a business's profit happened between Black Friday through the end of the year. So I'm sitting there just doing the math, and if all these stores are closing down tonight, that's over 50% of the time that they have to generate their profit that they're not going to be able to sell. And as an entrepreneur, my heart just kind of went out to all of the business owners out there, all of the businesses out there, all of the employees out there. And it kind of hit me hard last night, just how important it is right now to adapt. And I want to talk about that with all of you this morning who are walking with me. And before I do that, I want to know who's by my side. So who's out there? Take a minute, pull up the comments, no matter where you are, what you're doing. Say hello below. How we doing? How we feeling? Happy holidays, happy giving season. Tell me something that's exciting going on in your life right now. If you're new to the crew, welcome. We walk almost every week, generally on Wednesdays. Walk with me Wednesdays if you want to remember. And we share kind of inspired thoughts just that are on my mind and my heart from certain things going on in my life that I want to share with you to add value and also get perspective. It is a collaborative conversation. So I ask all of you not only say hello below, but feel free to contribute to the conversation. I read all the comments. It adds value to all of us, and pretend you're walking right by my side today, no matter who you are, where you are in the world. Here's a view from the top. Beautiful day here. Not a bad December day. Santa Monica. But adaptability, and I think it's a timely conversation. This last few days, we actually had a big virtual event with my company, and it was awesome. We had Kevin Hart drop in, share just an amazing set of just principles and knowledge and wisdom and experience. Love his energy. Heather Mitz, a former Olympian, tons of different speakers, a lot of value. We also spent a couple days in what we call leadership coaching dynamics, raising the leadership of our community. And a common thread throughout the last couple days was this word or this concept or this absolutely paramount need right now of adaptability. You see, we talk a lot about IQ growing up, our intelligence quotient. We put so much value on how smart we are, how rapid we can learn, or the knowledge we're able to accumulate. And you guys, intelligence is important. I value intelligence. I love working with intelligent people, but that's only part of what it takes to grow, to excel, to achieve, to pursue potential. In the personal growth space, I know many of you have invested a lot of time and energy in that direction. And if not, maybe you're starting to at this time. I know a lot we talk about EQ, which is an emotional intelligence or emotional quotient. So how we're able to regulate our emotions or our reaction in certain states, so that way it doesn't get the best of us. But we don't talk enough about AQ. And AQ, obviously, based on the conversation we're having here right now, adaptability quotient, our ability to adapt. And I think now more than ever, we have to put a value on our AQ, our ability to adapt. And I'm not just talking about the retail stores in the mall that all of a sudden are getting hit with circumstances that they've never seen before, guys. That lesson can be applied to every category right now, to every business right now. How many of you with your career, your work, your business are having to adjust, are having to adapt, are having to shift? And I'm sure every one of you in your mind right now said, I am, right? And if you haven't had that realization, wake up, right? We have to be able to adapt. Everything is changing. And it doesn't just talk about our career or our business. This is true when it comes to our life right now, our personal life, our personal endeavors. Maybe when it comes to our own health, our relationships, right? Even maybe our joy, our passions. We have to be able to adjust. Everything is changing. So I want to talk a little bit about that. When it comes to adapting, I think there's three things we have to do in order to maybe challenge ourselves a little bit, to shift what we need to shift, to go where we need to go. I think we have to audit what's going on in our life right now. I think we have to adapt, right? Or adjust what needs to be changed. And then I think we have to align with where we want to go. Right? And those are the things that I look about. How do we audit? How do we adapt or adjust so that way we can align to where we want to go? And I want to share just kind of maybe three things that you might want to apply that framework or that formula to, right? Three things that you should audit, three things that maybe we need to adjust, and three things we want to make sure we align or realign at this time for where we're headed as we're, closing out 2020, headed into 2021. It's a great time of year to be doing those three things. And let's talk about maybe three things that we can start with auditing, adjusting, and align. Number one, I think we need to audit, adjust, align what we know to be true. What we know to be true. And I'll even rephrase that to say what we think we know to be true. You guys, I think it goes without saying that the things that used to work are not working the same today. Matter of fact, the things that maybe worked even at the start of this year are not working the same as they did today. And in business, I see people, even in the path they're on, that are trying to apply what they know to be true based on their experience of 10 years ago. Like things that worked in 2010 or 2011 or 2012 are not going to be the same things that work in 2020 or 2021. We have to audit the things that we know to be true. Because so often we rely on our past experience to give us certain practices that we know worked at a certain time, and we put those in stone, right? And we operate every single day as if that is an immovable stone, as if that truth, right, is going to last forever, as if that strategy will always work the same as it once did, right? We grab these things and we set them in stone. Guys, if 2020 is teaching us everything, is that it's no longer set in stone. It's not even set in sand anymore. We're set in flowing water. What we know to be true back then is not necessarily true today, and it's not necessarily the truth of where we're going in the future. And if you're still operating and holding and gripping onto what you know to be true from anything prior to the season that we're in right now, it's not going to serve you. And I'm talking about, your business or your career or your work. What things right now are you still operating every single day based on the past that are not getting the same result? You know, they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. And so many people right now are doing that with their businesses and their careers. You guys, what was true 10 years ago is no longer true. What was true 5 years ago is no longer true. What was true 1 year ago is no longer true. We have to audit, we have to adjust, and we have to realign. Now, of course, I'm not talking about your values. I'm not talking about maybe core principles or things that are important to you. I'm not talking about, things that have to do with, who you are, but I'm talking about the approaches that you're taking. Let go of the stone, right? Let go, let go, let go. Audit, adjust, realign. And not just business, but same thing's true with our personal life, right? The things maybe that we knew to be true or that worked before are not working now. So first thing, we got to let go of what we think we know to be true. Number 2, so that way we can start learning or being a student of what's working today. See, the minute we let go of what we're holding on to from the past, it now allows us to move on to kind of this second principle, which is we want to start looking at what's working today. And I emphasize today. We got to become a student of what's working today. We got to be willing to begin again and look at what's working today. We got to study the successes of today. You guys, here's the reality. We're flooded with stories of what's not working. We're flooded with stories of models that are breaking. We're flooded with stories of challenges that we're facing. But if you look, you'll also realize there's the same amount of stories of successes that are happening. There's the same amount of stories of, people that are becoming. There's the same amount of stories of things that are evolving. There's the same amount of stories of innovations that are happening. You see, successes are happening in and around us today. My question is, what are you focused on? What are you studying? What are you a student of? Are you a student of the past? Are you a student of what worked in the past? Because we can study what worked in the past all day long, and that will not dictate the success of tomorrow. Did you hear what I just said? You can study all day long what worked in the past, and that will not secure the success of tomorrow. You have to study what is working today, current credibility, what is progressing today, in the now, in the circumstances we're in. So I got to ask you, where's your growth time going? Are you studying the things that are working right now? Or are we stuck on the who and the what of before? Who are you focused on learning from? Where are you putting your energy into? Guys, I promise you put on the student hat, you seek and you shall find. You stop focusing on what once was and you focus on what is becoming. You'll find everything you need to know and everything you need to learn to move the direction that you want. But you got to be willing to audit it. You got to be willing to adjust it. You got to be willing to realign what you're learning every single day. So we got to let go of what we think we know. We got to start becoming a student of what's working right now, what's having success right now. And the last thing that I'll say is we got to be willing to adapt our habits. Audit what we're doing every day, adjust what we're doing, and realign what we're doing every day. Guys, our habits, right, what we do consistently, our daily method, right, of operation, our habits are what are going to get our outcomes. And the habits that maybe worked for us in the past, we may find ourselves still doing every single day and not getting the same result. So we got to stop. Just because it worked for us before doesn't mean it's going to work for us forever. We got to be able to audit what we're doing. Yes, in our business and our career. What are the habits you're doing every day? Are they getting the results that you want? If not, why not? Let's audit, let's adjust, and let's align to do the things that are going to move us forward. And that's true in business, and that's true in life. Maybe the habits that we had that worked for us when it came to our health. Maybe we had a habit of going to the gym every single morning that we can no longer go to. You don't give up on your health goal, you adjust the habit, right? Maybe we had a habit of eating out, right, at healthy places multiple times, a week or a month, and we can no longer do anymore. Maybe you had certain habits, guys, that are even prevented or restricted right now. You don't give up on what you want. You adjust your habit for today in business, right, and in life. So you guys, adaptability is what we all need to embrace. IQ is important, EQ is important, but I think now more than ever, our adaptability, our ability to adapt is so critical to not only what we're creating, where we're going, right, who we're becoming, but our joy, our happiness, right, how we feel in the midst of everything we're going through right now. So remember those three words: audit, adjust, align. And maybe three things you start auditing, adjusting, align are the things you know to be true, what you're studying or what you're learning today, and the habits that you're personally doing every day to move toward what you want. And I challenge you guys to spend some reflection time, do some thinking, and raise your level of awareness on, hey, what worked in the past isn't going to work in the future. We can't keep running into a wall and expect, right, the wall to change. If we keep doing something and run into a wall, it's time to find another way. And there is another way. People are finding those today, and you can do the same. It's Darwinism at its finest right now. All right, Darwinism says it's not the strongest that survives, it's the most adaptable. And that's the truth of everything we're facing right now. You don't have to be the strongest. You don't even have to be the smartest. But you do have to be the most adaptable. And the most adaptable guys are not only going to survive, the most adaptable right now are going to thrive. They're going to thrive in business. They're going to thrive in finances. They're going to thrive in life. And we all have that opportunity of today. So with that, one more view here from the top. You got the ocean down there today. I appreciate our time together. Hey, let me know what you guys got from our conversation today. Anything that resonated, anything that stood out. If there's something that popped in your mind you're willing to share, what are some things you have to adjust or adapt right now when it comes to letting go of what you know, when it comes to, studying successive right now, when it comes to adjusting or aligning your habits? Drop them in the comments. You might inspire other people to take note or learn something. And other than that, guys, I hope everybody has an amazing, amazing holiday season. It's a great time of the year. Do something to give back, to pay it forward. And it's a great time as we close out 2020 and move in to a clean slate, a new chapter, turn the page, a brand new year ahead for us to be thinking about how we got to adapt in order to continue, not just to survive, but thrive in where we're going. With that, have a great day, everybody. Stay safe, stay sane, stay healthy.